Quan, the gentle path of togetherness. Dear owns, I come to you in the sacred breath of this moment, where silence and love intertwine. The journey of togetherness is one of the most profound paths to softening the self, to learning surrender, and to understanding the heart's deepest wisdom. To walk with another, be it in love, friendship, or shared purposes, to enter a space where the self is no longer the only voice. Here, the ego resists, for it wishes to be heard above all, to hold its ground, to affirm its separateness. Yet, in the presence of another, the self is invited to melt, to listen, to weave its essence into the greater harmony of two souls moving as one. The path of togetherness is not always gentle, yet it is always sacred. It mirrors the tide, sometimes effortless, sometimes turbulent, always in motion. In this movement, you are shown where you hold too tightly, where the need to be right overshadows the need to be kind, where the desire for control whispers louder than the call to love. To listen to another is to open a heart beyond the walls of self-importance. It is to surrender the need to be understood first, and to instead become a vessel of stillness, receiving the truth of another without resistance. This is the art of presence, the practice of love in its purest form. When two energies meet, there is friction, there is expansion, there is revelation. Some energies flow together, like rivers merging. Others collide like storms meeting in the sky. It is not the harmony that teaches you most, but the discord, where patience is stretched, where judgments arise, where the self is asked to let go of the need to grasp. To be with another and remain open is an act of devotion. It is a path of trust, of allowing, of witnessing the self dissolve into something greater. When you let go of the need to defend, to correct, to be heard, above all what remains is love. And love, dear ones, is the force that bridges all separation. Walk this path with softness, with courage, with reverence. Each soul who walks beside you is a mirror, showing you where you are free, and where you are still bound. See them not as obstacles to your peace, but as sacred companions, guiding you deeper into love's embrace. May you listen with tenderness, speak with kindness, and love without fear. I am with you always. Quan, one who serves, and Shoshanna, who you are meant to be. Greetings to you. Shoshanna is back with us. And we are ready to continue on with this, we will say, training program that we and those that are mentoring to you have been bringing you along through, working with you, each and every one of you, to bring you to a point that you begin to fully realize more and more as Archangel Michael gave the power within you. Each and every one of you have that power to break the old programming, to cut away, as Archangel Michael has said here. You have that within you, so more and more utilize it, become who you were meant to be, each and every one of you. We are ready for your questions, if you have them. Member? Yes, I've got one. Greetings. Talking about timelines, I've talked many times before about my continuing dream of contact with my spiritual galactic family, and it happened again last night. I heard a knock on my front door, and I immediately noticed that it was exactly 12 o'clock midnight. And what it meant to me was that it was no longer 11:59. It was now 12 o'clock straight up, and I guess we're just getting closer and closer to the now moment, where everything's really flowing more and more all the time. Any comments on that? Master OWS. Wonderful, dear brother, that you are recognizing that you are in that perfect moment, in creating that perfect moment for yourself more and more, and realizing who you are, but also that you are a connection, or you have that connection to your family from the stars. And you will find in the times ahead, if you continue on the timeline that you are creating right now, you will find that you will be experiencing more fully a reality with the family from the stars. A reality that goes beyond just the imagining stage, and the more fully realized even possible physical stage, in the times ahead. We know that you, especially you, have been very much a you family from the stars, in terms of how you have continued to experience those cracks that have shown everywhere, and are very within bringing that to those of your fellow brothers and sisters, whenever you can, and we appreciate your briefly experienced technical issues. Master Shoshanna. May we share? Member. Yes, for sure, thank you. Master Shoshanna. Dear brother, there are two things that we received as you gave your dream. Member. Yes. Master Shoshanna. Two things, one is midnight. Member. Yes. Master Shoshanna. What is that significance to you? Is there a significance to you? Member. Well, yeah, I said it. It was no longer 1159. It was now 12 o'clock high, which means, you know, we're about some things about to happen. We're more in the now, or you know, I just shifted a little bit in my timeline, or something like that. Master Shoshanna. So if you're in your normal life and day-to-day life, midnight signifies a change, you see. So when midnight strikes, it's the dawning of a new day. It's the beginning of something new. Member? Right. Master Shoshanna. So your symbolism is telling you that you are stepping into a new thing here. This will be new for you. This will be a changeover for you. And that you must pay attention to that. The other thing is the knock. So for those that live in this life, a knock at the door means somebody's trying to get in. Somebody is trying to be noticed. Someone has a message for you. So the knocking of the door and the striking of midnight are very significant to tell you are on that path to receive the information. Just be patient, dear brother, it is coming. Namaste. Member. Oh, thank you. Master OWS. We'll add here, for this one, James, at a certain point in his life here, this one would hear not knock knock so much as a ringing doorbell. And the ringing doorbell would then be accompanied by the calling of the name James. And this was when he was still going by the name Jim. So it was a calling to begin to move into a new timeline, a new operational frequency matching to the name of James here, and what did ensued following that. So we are ready for our next question, if there is. Member. Thank you very much. Master Shoshanna. Yes, namaste, dear brother. Member. Cheers. Yeah, that was great. 2025 Spring Equinox. As your body begins to awaken to delightful spring aromas, and you find you're thinking about what you want to do this year, do you have any idea what's going on in the world? Spring Equinox is the time to create intentions for what you want to create this year, yet reality flipped upside down last fall, when Pluto went into Aquarius, to remain there until 2044, the real opening of the fabled age of Aquarius. During this winter, systems and individuals have been plagued by free falls, thus many fear what's coming next. In my winter solstice reading, I remarked that when Neptune and Saturn in Pisces slam into Aries after the spring equinox, our deepest spiritual beliefs would begin to wake up. This is happening deeply and unconsciously, making us feel very dislocated, because it is a cosmic evolutionary upgrade. Fine, but where on earth are we going? What are we becoming? The big question is, how do cosmic cycles penetrate our minds and emotions? Specifically, how do the great archetypal forces, the sun, moon, and planets dancing in our galaxy immersed in its ride through the universe, entice our species to evolve? We are experiencing answers to these critical questions because astrology is in a new golden age, a phase when we remember the value of reading, interpreting, and consciously using the powers of the archetypes living in our minds and hearts that resonate with cosmic intelligence, whether we know it or not. The ultimate evolutionary development of the age of Aquarius will be the fusion of science and spirituality. Left brain development by means of science over 400 years is complete, making us ready for a species-level participation in all the dimensions in the universe. When I added the latest dimensional news to the introduction to the 20th anniversary edition of Alchemy of Nine Dimensions, 2024, I noted that topologists have mapped our brains as receivers and interpreters of 9 to 11 dimensions. This discovery, the Blue Brain Project, means we are waking up to cosmic consciousness as a species. This spring, Neptune and Saturn move into Aries in tandem, while Pluto in Aquarius demolishes the last elements of outmoded systems and beliefs. This combination will liberate ancient spiritual wisdom in our hearts and minds. While we humans mastered science, we temporarily lost touch with our ability to perceive and communicate with higher dimensional intelligence. Our personal dimensional spectrums had to narrow for a while, however, faced with scientific fascism artificial intelligence, i.e., we cannot give away our souls to regressive robotic gods. As Neptune and Saturn move into Aries, Neptune's multi-dimensional genius will activate the incredible intelligence we've gathered for millions of years in the plasma records of the universe, and then Saturn's structural powers will teach us how to wisely create in the third dimension. Robots will never be able to create as humans can, and a terrific struggle over creative powers is highly likely this spring. Being in the golden age of astrology means we can examine the Aries planetary and solar transits to see how to best navigate reality this spring. The best source I've found that clearly describes the cosmic activation of our species is the Archetypal Cosmos, Rediscovering the Gods in Myth, Science, and Astrology, 2010. By a cosmic explorer, currently Grace, who has been participating in a San Francisco Bay Area group that is birthing a new discipline, archetypal cosmology. Regarding the awakening of dimensionality in our minds, Grace notes that this luminous transparency is one of the fundamental characteristics of the integral structure of consciousness, the evolutionary mutation that is now upon us. This group of physicists, cosmologists, astrologers, mythologists, and therapists have integrated science and spirituality just in time, because Neptune and Saturn in Aries will shatter open the human mind as our consciousness opens to the galaxy during 2025 to 2027, that I know. It fascinates me that currently Grace's integration of cosmology and mythology came about from his studies with the physicist Brian Swimme, one of my professors during graduate school. Swimme later joyfully introduced my own early cosmic breakthrough in the Pleiadian Agenda, A New Cosmology for the Age of Light, 1995. Arriving from different angles and modalities, we see that we are ready to be galactocentric, a leap similar to when we became heliocentric 400 years ago. Astrologers continue to look at reality with a geocentric perspective, after adding the heliocentric view, and now many astrologers and astronomers are examining the location of our solar system in the Milky Way galaxy. One of my best guides for considering how Neptune and Saturn in Aries will expand the perspective of our species has been David Wilcox's The Ascension Mysteries, Revealing the Cosmic Battle Between Good and Evil, 2016. Wilcox has deeply considered our true location in the interstellar neighborhood. The location of our sun is in the middle of a gigantic tube-like chimney of plasma that extends up into the galactic halo, a spherical area of gas extensively described by NASA. In other words, this is hard science. These tubes have been widely observed in other galaxies, and Wilcox thinks they are portals for travel, when the alignments are right. I sense these interstellar travel portals will blast wide open when Neptune and Saturn move into Aries, basically in tandem. Neptune merely 10 days after this equinox, then Saturn in May can erect structures in our minds for Neptune's new spiritual matrix. These outrageous evolutionary possibilities are supported by Vedic scholar Bibhuti Misra's Yuga Shift, the end of the Kali Yuga, and the impending planetary transformation, 2023. He has defined this moment in time based on the most ancient cycles in the Vedas. According to Bibha, the Kali Yuga, the darkest phase of the 26,000-year-long procession of the equinox cycle, ends at the end of this March, coinciding exactly with Neptune moving into Aries. Astrologers know by their trade that there are no coincidences, only synchronicities. Well, what will it be like to experience the end of the Kali Yuga? You can hold your center with everything exploding around you. Try imagining yourself as a very quiet little philosophical mouse hiding deep in a heavily reinforced bank vault that hardly feels it when something nearby explodes, a bomb, kaboom. The last time Neptune went into Aries was April 13, 1861, a scant 34 hours after the American Civil War ignited on April 12, 1861. As odd and intense events accelerate around you, pay close attention to the precious spiritual light in your heart as it balances with the equal dark by means of the yin/yang principle. Most astrologers are struggling to adequately describe the possible meaning and influence of the compacted transits in Aries this spring. Please go to the last 2 paragraphs to absorb the visual impact of this gathering in Aries. Feel its potency in your solar plexus as you open your heart to understand its meaning. There is nothing to fear. The spring equinox marks the moment the sun moves into Aries, the most activated degree of the zodiac. This equinox is like a gunshot opening the gates to start a horse race, because the solar Aries ingress is the energetic trigger point of the Neptune and Saturn Aries transits. The sun is combust Neptune poised to enter Aries 10 days later. Neptune/Sun conjuncting the lunar north node is closely followed by Venus conjunct Mercury in Aries, both retrograding back to Sun/Neptune. The stance in Aries will inspire spiritual creations as well as direct your path in life by the lunar north node that moves back through Pisces for more than a year. As Venus and Mercury retrograde back into Pisces, we will deeply feel our desires, Venus, and consider what we really know, Mercury. Before Saturn enters Aries on May 24, Saturn will be close to the lunar north node in Pisces in late April. This may infuse 3D with mysterious and astonishing new ways to structure realities that could be very energized by Saturn's Aries transit, especially with Saturn and Neptune conjunct February 2026. The spring equinox moon in courageous Sagittarius closely trines Neptune/Sun/Venus/Mercury, creating smooth flows of feelings and thoughts this spring. Mars in 20 Cancer trines Saturn in 23 Pisces, empowering the newly formed structures. And Pluto, the great transformer, sextiles Neptune/Sun/Venus/Mercury and becomes the spiritual director, inspiring a profound sense of self that is supported by strong desires and clear thoughts. In short, it will not be easy to handle all the great changes coming. But you can if you remember to breathe and be grateful as you track your feelings and thoughts. Spring Equinox 2025 is a profound moment to sort out your intentions for the year and then meditate to find your balance. Do not miss this special opportunity, because the energy you create for what you intend this spring will hugely ease the normal stresses that will arise during a year of such profound evolution. Life Tapestry Creations, Fly New Being, Fly. Dear Owns, what transpired in the past few hours has pushed you into your new world in ways you cannot yet understand. It is the difference between night and day. The recent universal shifts which continue for the next few days have forced those of you to open your internal messages to a new time and place. Perhaps you find that this is happening in small bits and pieces. Or maybe vast chunks of you will be affected at the same time. It does not matter how, or even when it happens, because it will happen in the next few days. What was is no more, especially for those of you who have initiated your transition. You likely believe your shift will be more noticeable because you initiated your transition years or decades ago. Such is not necessarily true. Each of you has a place to occupy in this transition. So, some of you preparing for decades might notice a slight difference, while others with the same amount of preparation time will discover that your life has turned upside down or inside out within minutes or hours. Of course, that last statement ensures many of you will catch your breath in fear, for you assume it means something unpleasant will be the action affecting your life. But because you shifted from fear to love, your transition moment will be about the light instead of fear. Your fear days are over, not because we of the universes relay that such is so, but because you are no longer of 3D, and accept the premise that light permeates your being and life. Even though many of you want to believe this is true, you are afraid your reality will continue to be the fear you maintained 3D Earth lifetime after lifetime. Including fear boundary statements like, this is bad, but it's God's will. Or it could have been worse if this happened. bargaining with yourself to contain your fear. Such fear boundaries are no longer valid. It is what it is. There is no justification or sugarcoating necessary. Your fears, actions, joys, interests, and love have become your responsibility. If you do not like an action or phrase, you will change it. Instead of hoping someone or something will rescue you, because they are wiser, older, more prosperous, or more intelligent than you, you will discover you have all the necessary abilities. For example, imagine that your home is destroyed. What do you want to do about it? Replicate what you had. Change the location of your home. Shift to a different lifestyle. Change the design of your home. And on, and on. Nothing within you will indicate that the destruction of your home is a blessing from above, but instead, the freedom of design you have longed for. Who are you now? Not who are you? And so you will discover new skills to create the correct life for you. Even though that last example might seem fearful, you will no longer depend on others to create what you need, because you have the necessary skills to fulfill your needs, not in the traditional 3D formats of pleading, wishing, hoping, and praying, but skills within your being. You are not expanding fear elements. Instead, you are negating fear, because you no longer need to depend on others. You are the complete package who does not need to fear any outside force, as you were trained to do 3D lifetime after lifetime. Most 3D life changes rely on the input or energies of others. Your fears developed because those you depended on were often unreliable or unskilled. Within the next few days, you will learn that you can have it all merely by proclaiming that all is well in your world, and expecting that phrase to be accurate. No more and no less. Whether or not that person over there concurs with your assessment or actions, all will be well in your world. But if you continue to depend on others, including your governments, friends, relatives, employers, or significant others, you will discover that little will change in your world, or, most definitely, in your skill set. This is when you will fly to the freedom to be if you dare. You have nothing to lose, for your 3D world has ended, and everything to gain because your skills are complete and ready to activate. Allow yourself the freedom to be, including those dreams that seemed unrealistic in 3D, then act upon the resulting thoughts. You are free to fly away from 3D fear. Fly, new being, fly. So be it. Amen. The Pleiadian Council of Light, you are a threat to the Dark's agenda. Greetings, beloved ones, we are the Pleiadian Council of Light. It is very good to connect with you in these moments of transformation. Thank you for this transmission. The energies from the photon belt are being amped in frequencies, creating a dynamic interplay that is crucial for facilitating a stability within the high fourth dimension. These frequencies are a significant shift in the vibrational landscape of Earth existence. Many factors are contributing to the waves of love light that your dear Mother Earth is currently receiving. As the rays of our Alcyone star dance in harmony with your star the Sun, whose radiant energy is instrumental in this transformation, it becomes amplified in its frequencies. Along with the many planetary alignments and moon cycles you continually experience, also contribute to the symphony of higher light. In tandem, the Earth herself is responding to the influx of these higher vibrations, adapting and evolving in ways that resonate with the new frequencies being introduced into her atmosphere. You each possess immense power, a latent ability to alter your reality and to effectively integrate these transformative energies into your daily lives. This power is also collective, and is a reflection of your interconnectedness and the shared consciousness that binds all of humanity together. However, amidst this uplifting energy, there are still remnants of the dark ones who remain on Earth, desperately trying to cling to the illusion of control that they have maintained for so long. Their agenda, which seeks to divide and conquer the human race, is increasingly crumbling beneath the weight of a rising collective consciousness, as more individuals choose to join hands in harmony and embrace a greater awareness of their interconnectedness. These forces of darkness are still attempting to instigate division in any way possible, employing various tactics to sow seeds of discord and confusion among the populace. At this juncture, we witness a significant amount of deception, cover-up, and trickery unfolding within your current reality. Many things are being obscured in these moments, and nothing is as it seems to be. It is crucial to remember that you are anchors of the light. Your frequencies pose a significant threat to the dark's insidious agenda. By simply existing in a state of awareness and love, you nullify any and all darkness that crosses your path. The act of becoming aware of the dark plan triggers a wave of light energies that resonates through the emotions you project toward the situation at hand. When you stand firm in the light, your first instincts naturally gravitate toward love and light. Emotions such as compassion, forgiveness, and the ability to witness the light in others become your instinctual responses. This is not merely a passive reaction, it is a powerful force of light that you emit, often without even realizing the extent of your impact. The human collective, in its quest for understanding, finds itself confused about the direction from which the light is emanating. Many individuals still look outside themselves for a savior, for answers that they believe lay in external sources, when, in reality, the truth resides within their own being. This internal journey toward self-discovery and empowerment is essential, as it allows individuals to tap into their innate wisdom and recognize that they possess the tools necessary to navigate these turbulent times. The awakening of this inner light is not only vital for personal growth, but also crucial for the collective evolution of humanity as a whole. By standing resolutely within the light, you not only shield yourself from adversities that may hinder your personal journey, but also contribute to the dissolution of any negative agendas that those who seek control may attempt to impose on the human collective. Your unwavering presence in the light serves as a beacon of hope and a catalyst for change, promoting healing and unity in a reality lost in illusion. We love you, and are here with you. We are the Pleiadian Council of Light. Pleiadians of Alcyone. Source: arrayofflight.com. The other videos are in the English video playlist. Help me spread the light. Click like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Thank you.